I nearly whispered, running toward Atropos. Colt ran up on diligence, running him harder than I had seen before, clearly trying to get to me. Abel was still at the herd. Get back to the herd, take Henry with you. Colt spoke harshly. He only did this when there was real trouble. Abira was on Snow once more, coming up from behind. That sound is when a child is born in the kingdom, Abira shouted. I looked to the herd, the men taking the front, the women behind them. Now go, Colt commanded. I wanted to be by Colt, but Henry grabbed me up, placing me on my horse, jumping on behind me. I have her, Colt, do not fret over her. Clearly Colt had told Henry to do this, and though I wanted to fight it, something was telling me to listen for once. Colt ran toward the deep trees to the side of the meadow, Abira already ahead on Snow. I saw from the tree line, as we ran, Atropos back to the herd, Mac fighting with Traveler, the children walking off slowly. From the scene, but how did they know to walk and not run from a lion? Who told them? What was going on? What had happened? Things were just starting to get back to the norm for Abira and Traveler. Even as we rode away from the scene, I wasn't sure they could come back from this. Abira called to Traveler, who stopped in his tracks with fighting Mac and began ripping at his head, clawing out fists full of mane white fur. What's going on, Traveler? Abira called to him from feet away, jumping off Snow, holding up his hands so no one would get closer. Are you well? Is your mind leaving you? Go to the woods now. No, flesh, Traveler roared out. Your king is telling you go to the woods. Traveler roared again out, almost in pain. Can't, he grimaced. Just then from nowhere came Eleanor on her horse. She was calm as she jumped down. Traveler, it's all right. What's wrong? She whispered, going a step closer. Abira grabbed her arm, throwing her back to the ground, not intentionally, but Traveler snarled. Get her out. Abira looked him. I know, I will just calm yourself. Can't. Traveler, his words urgent. Go ma. Eleanor stood as Abira turned to her. You stupid girl, what are you thinking? Get out of here. Eleanor walked past him. You are not my king. She kept walking till Colt spoke. Eleanor, stop. She looked to Colt. I can help him. But before she could finish her words, Abira gave her a back slap. Colt saw on his face that it was a reaction to save her, bring her to her senses. I may not be your king, but that is my lion, my property. Traveler became still. His eyes were enraged, even more now, letting out a roar, but his body was calmer. You will not go near him. You are crazier than his mind if you think you could help him. Eleanor brushed the blood from her nose. No, you are the one that is without a mind to think he is your property, or lion for that matter. Colt looked to her. I will not have this, Eleanor. Eleanor started walking again, toward Traveler. We will start our journey now, my stallion, as you asked of us. Colt growled out a breath, but said nothing as she came up to Traveler, his claws deep in the dirt. Traveler. He looked up, every part of him tense. He could smell her scent. He wanted to devour her. He held back with all he had. In him, stop, please, can't child to be born. Eleanor smiled. It's all right, Traveler, come with me. She went closer, touching his forehead to hers. Let's go for a run, just me and you. We will run far from here, all the way to your kingdom if you wish. Traveler's face growled as she kissed the top of his head. Come on then, catch me if you can. She walked from him as he roared in pain. She jumped on her horse. No supplies but her side bag. She clicked her horse to a trot, then a run till she was in the distance. Traveler turned his head almost in a mechanical way, his eyes on their target with the deepest roar. That shook the meadow. He ran after her. Abira looked to Colt in an apologetic way. I have never struck a woman before now, but I pity when he catches her. Colt looked to Abira. It was needed in your eyes to save her, but Eleanor, she... He paused, rethinking his words. Don't worry on her, Traveler. Will calm eventually. She will be all right, and it seems they will be going toward the kingdom, so that is taken care of. But now, why was it is my thought? Abira looked about. Where is Sam? He should have the same way as Traveler. Perhaps someone had a child in the trees. Colt looked about. Sure enough, Sam was missing. None of the women with child are above ground, and none would disobey to have a child up top in secret. This is strange, but we should track down Sam. William came over, looking about. What a spectacle that was, he whispered. Colt looked to him. Go to Abel, tell him Abira and I will be looking for Sam. So, to keep their stance, Mac can take you. William nodded as Mac came over, letting him ride him. "Thank you, Mac," Colt spoke. Mac just puttered his nose. "Well, if you would have asked of me what happened, I would have told you." Colt looked to him. "What was all that?" Mac snorted as he started that direction. "Traveler was ripping at Sam, so I made the children walk off." "Thank you, Mac, for that." Abira spoke to him, but Mac just kept walking. Colt found the newest of Sam's tracks mixed with Traveler's. They seemed to go deeper into the trees. Colt and Abira walked on, looking, calling out for Sam, but to no reply. The forest was a bustle of noises from the uproar, but they had only the tracks to find him. They came to a very small clearing, only to see Sam on the ground, writhing in pain, but not making a sound other than the rustling of the grass. Colt went to Sam. "What's going on?" But there was no answer at first. Then his body became calm and still, and Sam's mother took over. "Remember the promise I made you the father of Colt?" Abira touched her shoulder. "Yes, I do." Colt knew of no time they had talked in private, but clearly there was something between them. "Well, now it's time. My son will feel no pain. I will. Be in his stead, because one of us must always be here." Colt looked to her as Abira spoke. "Are you sure now is the right time?" She spoke again. "Yes, a mother knows. This is the last thing I can do for him." Colt looked to her. He could tell she was in great pain. "Then what would you have me do?" Abira looked to him. "You, son?" Colt looked to her. "I should be the one if nothing else can be done." As Sam's mother spoke again to Colt, this time, "Cut swiftly and cleanly." Colt took out his boot knife. "You need to sanitize it first." Abira moved her to her side as she looked up with a groan. "It's not needed, just do as I say quickly, it's hard to hold on." Colt carefully sliced open the skin of the lion. "Now what? Reach deeper in, find my heart, and pull it out before I shut down, quick now." Colt felt around his arms, covered in oils and blue glops of slime, finally with a tug. And some cuts he managed to pull out a large casing that was pulsating arithmetically, filling Colt's arms completely. It was moving, beating, and fluids from around it covered Colt. It wasn't clear, but it looked to be a sac of the internals. "Got it. What now?" Sam's mother sounded glitched. "Can't breathe." Abira questioned. Your breathing will slow and then you will pass." Colt then looked down. No, she doesn't mean her." "What do you mean?" Abira asked. Colt took the knife, trying to puncture the thick skin-colored film covered in veins, but it wouldn't cut. Abira spoke. "That's a surgical pouch. Nothing will cut it. You have to undo the end." Abira pointed. Colt's fingers were too slippery, his whole body covered in the slimes. Abira sighed, taking his hand, untying the knot. A large amount of pink fluid poured out, and with it a boy. Colt quickly pulled out the child that seemed to be sleeping. He took it over to where she could see him slightly covered in the oils. "He's safe," Colt whispered as she looked up slightly. "Good. Now I can go in peace. I did the growth kill switch. I wiped his memories. He will have no memories of me or his journeys with you. Give him fresh, good memories. He shall be able to be a child with a healthy body. He was meant to stay within the lion and grow to a man that would kill for who?" But she glitched when she tried to speak. "They won't let me say more, I'm afraid. Please see my son as your own. My Sam, my son." And then it was silent, except for the naked boy stirring. Abira put his finger in the child's mouth. "Give him to me." Colt fully handed him over to Abira. He pulled from the boy's mouth a plug, as the boy took a breath, then cutting a cord to his stomach, and he paused as he pulled from the boy's head a small clump of wire, attaching him to the lion. Colt watched. "Is this what Traveler is?" Abira was wiping down the boy. No, there is little left of my brother. Let's wait a moment. The boy will pass soon himself. A piece here or there, but nothing that could be put back together as a man." "I see, so there's nothing else that can be done for him then." Abira shook his head. "Only death." Abira handed the boy back to Colt. His body was small, but still the size of an 8-year-old. Abira dressed him in his shirt. "We best get the boy back to the herd. He should be looked over by the healers. But nothing can be done. They cannot be saved. Just kept comfortable." Colt carried him the entirety of the way past the herd, past Abel, to our hut, where I was waiting with Henry and our children. Colt laid him on our bed. "Who's that?" I asked Colt. Looked to the boy. "Sam!" "What?" Colt called out the door. "Bring a healer." He turned to me. "I shall explain later, but the lions are gone from here. I was so unsure what to think of it. All had Traveler died? How was Sam a boy now? Fluorescence came in. What is needed? Colt pointed to the boy. Oh my, she asked for some water and clothes. And with my help, we washed him off, tying off the cord. The boy opened his eyes here or there, but it was like a blank stare. Finally, he turned to Colt, who smiled toward him. Hello there, Sam boy, he looked to me. It's all right, you're safe. Who are you? I looked to Colt. He doesn't remember? Colt looked to me. No, and he won't. Then he turned to Sam. I'm your father, and this is your mother. You were lost in the darkness, but it's okay, we found you. Sam seemed tired. Oh, sorry, Dad. Then he closed his eyes as fluorescent touched the top of his head, then his arm. He's stable? He's just sleeping? What happened? Is he one of the herd's children, then? Colt looked to her. There is much to explain to everyone, but not here. If he is safe, as he is, we will leave him be to rest. But I must announce to the herd, all is safe now. Abira was standing quiet in the corner. You can't mean this boy will live? Fluorescence looked to Abira, her arms on her hips. I beg your pardon? Who's the healer here? He will be fine with some rest. Abira looked to her. Madam, I know a great deal about lions, and she cut him off. Well, good for you, but I know much about little boys, and this is a boy, last I checked. Abira quieted. He knew what was to come. Colt went outside. The lions have left the land to return to the kingdom, to bring to the gate of Aeon Villa reinforcements. Traveler came across this boy in the woods, and Snowfeather and I have talked and shall see him as our own, until if sometime one comes forward for him, for his mother was lost to him in the woods, and no sign of a father. The herd looked to each other. As Rano came forward, what was with him lately? Did the lions kill her? No. She had long passed. I will take care of it in the morning. No one is to go to the woods in case of disease. If anyone disobeys this, they will not be permitted back in camp, understand? But there is some kind news that with the lions gone, the women can return to the surface to have their children.